Hello everybody. Time for another A Day in the Life of Father Don. Have you ever seen the TV show This Old House? Well, look behind me. That's my version of Father Don's This Old House. When I get assigned to a new parish, like when I got assigned here to St. Clare, I started looking for an old house to live in and fix up. And here's my This Old House. So I bought this 3.5 years ago. It was in pretty sad shape at the time. It had 29 broken windows. It had dining room ceiling was about half fallen down. The living room ceiling was starting to fall down. And original 1923 kitchen, 1923 bathroom. Just kind of a tired, worn out house. The guy that used to live here lived here for 40 years, single guy, and he used to brag that he lived on $1 a day. And he obviously wasn't spending it on the house. But it's been a good project for me, this old house. My dad taught us kids how to do construction work. His dad was a general contractor, and so Dad learned all those skills growing up, and Dad wanted to make sure us four boys, and my sister too for that matter, knew how to do some of that stuff. One summer, Dad and Mom had 4 boys, either in high school or college. So we took that summer and we built a house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, ranch-style house in Hillsboro, and sold it. But we built it just so, because Dad wanted us to know how to build a house. What a gift that was to all us kids. We've all used those skills a lot, all 5 of us. Besides Dad teaching us that, my twin brother gave me the best advice anybody gave me on fixing up an old house. Dick told me to do one project at a time. He just finished fixing up an old house himself when I got my first old house 25 years ago or so. And one project at a time. Don't start the next one until the last one is completely done. Great advice, and I've followed that religiously, if you can use that term. I followed it rigidly because it works so good. Let me give you a little tour of this old house. So this old house was, I mentioned, built in 1923. It's bigger than I wanted. It's 1,300 square feet. I was hoping for something about 600 square feet, but there's not many 600 square foot houses out there. And realistically, this was the only house in bad enough shape that I could actually afford it. Here in the living room, didn't have to do too much except the ceiling was starting to fall down. And one of my longest time friend is a contractor, and he offered to put in a new ceiling for me. So that's totally cool. I couldn't have done that. He did a really nice job. New ceiling. Some other friends were remodeling and taking out their wood stove, so got a wood stove from them. That's really nice on a cold day. Other than the standard. Well, before I moved in the house, I hired someone to do all new floor coverings and new windows and new electrical. So those are things that I hired out. Pretty much everything else I've been able to do myself. This bedroom, didn't have to do too much here. There are a couple holes in the wall I had to fix, and one wall was purple, which was kind of funny. I decided, yeah, that's a little too exciting for me. I like things pretty casual. Let's see. Here's the bathroom. That took some work. So new fixtures, new toilet, new sink, new surrounds on the shower, and new finish coat on all the plaster, and lots of sanding and filling on all the woodwork, getting that looking reasonably fresh again, and then the standard floors and windows and electrical. Here's my bedroom. This room took the least work of anything, mostly just paint, other than the window and floor covering, that kind of stuff. This room was by far the worst room in the house. This room, the ceiling was about half gone. The walls were just terrible shape, just serious water damage. The floor was soft, so I had to put new subfloor in part of the room, some new studs in, and new sheetrock, new insulation. I added the window over on this wall. It was just kind of dark, and that brightened things up a lot. New doors, and And of course, new ceiling, and turned into a nice room. But it was really, really ugly. Let's see. Here's the kitchen. The main thing here was working on the cabinets. The cabinets, 1923 cabinets, and they were pretty worn out. Some of the cabinet doors were missing. Some of the drawers didn't work. And the ones that did work didn't work very good. It had the old drain, what do you call it? Drain board countertops. So the countertops sloped down on both sides to the sink, so they weren't level. So I had to level all that out, and of course new countertops and new finish coat on the plaster, and fix some ceiling damage, stuff like that. And coming upstairs here to the master bedroom, there are some holes in the ceiling above the staircase, fixed those, and new finish coat on the plaster. And this is the master bedroom. Didn't have to do too much here, though I still will do more. The walls need some more work, but some ceiling repair, just more water damage on the ceiling stuff. Here's my next project, this old bathroom. This was built probably about 1950, this end of the house. And so needs a new shower for sure. And it's got this fake tile stuff on the walls. That'll have to come off. New finish coat on the plaster. This countertop over here is going to come out, and I'm just going to replace it with a, see if I can get that in the camera there, replace it with a pedestal sink. The room feels pretty tight, but I think if I put a pedestal sink and no countertop, that'll open it up a lot more. It'll feel a lot better. And then just a lot of work on the woodwork kind of stuff. It's fixing all that up. So anyway, that's a little bit about Father Don's This Old House. And yeah, you know, St. Joseph and Jesus were carpenters. And so on my day off is Monday afternoon and Tuesday. That's kind of my version of a weekend. I always pray to St. Joseph before I start working on it. St. Joseph the carpenter, here we go. You got to help me here. And he does. I got some help from St. Joseph and others. Well, that's a little bit about This Old House in another day in the life of Father Don. Look forward to seeing you in church sometime before too long, I hope. God bless you all. Bye.